Hi Sam. I hope you're doing well today. Are you ready for another vocabulary lesson?
Hi Alex. Yes, I'm excited. What's the word for today?
Today's word is
hinweisen,
it means to point out or indicate something.
Oh, interesting. Are there other meanings for it?
Yes, it can also mean to refer to something or to remind someone. The most common use is definitely to point out something important. Just be careful, as it might seem similar to the English word hint, but they don't mean exactly the same thing.
Got it. Can you tell me more about how to use?
hinweisen,
Grammatically.
Sure,
hinweisen,
is a verb, and it's separable. In the present tense, you would say,
ich weise hin. Du weist hin.
and.
Weist hin.
In the past tense, we use the preteritum.
Ich wies hin. Du wiest hin.
And.
Wies hin.
For the perfect, you would say,
Ich habe hingewiesen.
So if I wanted to tell someone, I pointed it out, I would say,
ich habe hingewiesen.
exactly. And if you want to give a command, you can say,
Weis hin.
meaning point it out.
That's clear. Where does the word
hinweisen,
come from?
It originates from Old High German, where
Hin.
means towards and
Weisen.
means to show or to indicate. Over time, it evolved into its current form.
That's fascinating. So it literally means to show towards.
Yes, that's a nice way to think about it. The evolution shows how the meaning has remained closely linked to indicating something.
Can we break down the word further?
Absolutely. So, we have the prefix,
Hin.
which means toward or in the direction of. The root is,
Weisen.
which means to show. There's no suffix here, so it's a straightforward composition.
That makes sense. Are there any similar words I should know?
Yes. Let's look at a few. First, words with the same prefix.
Hin. Hinlegen.
Means to lay down, and
Hinfahren.
means to drive towards. Then, other words with the same root.
Weisen.
Include,
Verweisen.
which means to refer, and
Dabei weisen.
which means to indicate.
And what about some compound words?
Great question. A compound word could be,
Hinweis.
which means indication or hint. The head last rule applies, so it's masculine.
Der Hinweis.
Another example is
Hinweisschild.
meaning sign or notice board, which also follows the masculine gender.
Okay. Can you give me some situations where I might use?
hinweisen,
Definitely. Imagine you're at work and want to remind a colleague about a deadline. You could say,
Ich möchte dich auf die Frist hinweisen.
Let me try.
ich möchte dich auf die Frist hinweisen.
perfect. Another situation could be when you're at a museum. You might say,
Ich weise auf das wichtige Gemälde hin.
So that means I point out the important painting.
exactly. And one more situation could be at the doctor's office. You might say,
Ich weise auf meine Symptome hin.
Got it. I can say,
Ich weise auf meine Symptome hin.
now, let's talk about some memory hints for the noun.
Hinweis.
It's masculine, so you can think of the ending
Eis.
as something strong, like a decisive hint.
that's a good trick.
For typical collocations, you might hear phrases like,
Auf etwas hinweisen.
which means to point something out.
Hinweisen auf ein Problem.
Meaning to point out a problem, and
Hinweisen, dass.
which means to indicate that.
And are there similar words I should avoid confusing with?
Hinweisen,
Yes, watch out for,
Weisen.
which means to show and doesn't have the same directionality. Also,
Anweisen.
means to instruct, which is different as well.
This is really helpful. Can you give me some example sentences?
Sure. For instance,
Hat mich auf einen Fehler hingewiesen.
means he pointed out a mistake to me. Another example is,
Die Lehrerin weist die Schüler auf die Regeln hin.
which translates to the teacher points out the rules to the students.
I see. What about some more?
Here's another.
Wir haben auf das Problem hingewiesen.
Meaning we pointed out the problem. And,
Kannst du mich bitte auf die wichtigen Informationen hinweisen?
which means, can you please point out the important information to me?
I think I'm getting the hang of it. Can you quiz me on what we've learned?
Of course. First question, what does
Hinweisen.
mean?
It means to point out or indicate.
Correct. Next, what is the past tense of?
Ich weise hin.
Is it?
ich wies hin.
Yes, exactly. What is the noun form of?
Hinweisen.
Is it?
Der Hinweis.
Yes. And how do you say I pointed it out in perfect?
Ich habe hingewiesen.
Great. Last question, what's a common phrase with?
Hinweisen.
Auf etwas hinweisen.
Fantastic job, Sam. You really grasped the concept of
Hinweisen.
Remember, it's all about pointing things out and indicating important information.
Thanks, Alex. I appreciate your help. I feel more confident with this word now.
That's wonderful to hear. Keep practicing, and I look forward to our next lesson.